Dear learners of Standard 8, it's a very good morning and welcome you all to my today's class. Hopefully, you all are doing great at home and safe and sound by the blessings of Almighty Allah. And also welcome you to the new class Standard 8. Today I am here to discuss on your Bangladesh and Geography book, part Geography. So I am going to discuss or start the chapter 8, that is disasters in Bangladesh. And now I will focus on lesson 3 and 6 because first you have to know about the disaster, then we will move one by one. Here you are observing different types of disasters. So follow. Here our motherland, the image of Bangladesh and flag of Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is one of the highest disaster prone country of the world we know. And we know that the whole world is undergoing a climate change due to temperature rise on the earth's surface, that is called the global warming. So gradually the temperature is rising day by day. So we should stop the global warming. Climate is continuously changing. So this global warming is the one type of disaster. So first we will know about disaster. Follow. A disaster is a serious disruption occurring over a short or long period of time that causes widespread human, material, economic or environmental loss which exceeds the ability of the affected community or society to cope using its own resources. Dear learners, when any natural or man-made situation becomes unnatural or intolerable and as a result of which crop, asset or life are destroyed and environment is damaged, it is called the disaster. So seriously hampered the human normal lifestyle, community or society. So we can say that is the natural flow of life hampered, it is the disaster. Types of disaster. So basically there are two types of disasters, that is natural disaster and man-made disaster. So disasters are inevitable and there is no country that is immune from disaster, though vulnerability to disaster varies. Generally disasters are of two types, natural disaster and man-made disaster. So based on the devastation caused and intensity of the disaster, it will vary country to country, and these are further classified into major or minor natural disaster and major or minor man-made disaster. So actually the learners, natural disaster take place suddenly and human beings are naturally helpless here. However, man-made disaster are results of some activities done by them. So we can avoid them or save ourselves from this type of adverse impact of the disaster by being cautious and careful. Let's follow what is natural disaster. So natural disasters are generally unpredictable types of disaster and the destruction caused by these depends upon the intensity of the disasters. So the natural disasters, human beings are generally helpless here. So these disasters include flood, hurricane, earthquake, volcanic eruption that can have immediate impacts on human health as well as secondary impacts causing further death, suffering from flood causes landslide, earthquake resulting in fires, tsunami causing widespread that flooding and typhoons sinking ferries. So besides these different types of natural disasters also, that is the tidal bore, tornado, drought, river erosion, etc. And man-made disasters, these are the disasters generally taking place due to human activities and human negligence and can lead to a lot of destruction in the terms of life and property. That means disasters that are created due to the malpractices of human beings or which are caused due to their lack of foresightness are called the man-made disasters. And this type of disaster destroys lives and disrupts the natural lifestyle. And it also disturbs or destroys the ecological balance and increase the restlessness in the society. So at times these are really fatal and sometimes this could be a minor event of an emergency and can be handled at the personal level. Some of the man-made disasters are communal route. deforestation, fire. This fire can be the man-made or the natural, that is the wildfire can be treated as a natural disaster. So here causes of natural disaster in Bangladesh. Dear learners, causes of natural disasters in Bangladesh. First, the natural disasters are caused by natural factors, and the geographical position of a country, climate impacts, global warming, that is the natural environment as a whole is liable for the natural disaster. Geographical position, climate, soil structure, rivers and canals etc. are considered as the causes of natural disaster in Bangladesh. So the natural environment as a whole is liable for natural disaster. Follow the geographical position of Bangladesh. Geographical position is one of the main causes of our natural disasters. You know, ours is a riverine country and we have 270 rivers just spread like a network overall our country, and the land is almost plain. For this reason our land is more fertile. The Himalaya is to the north and the Bay of Bengal is to the south of the country, and that make the blockade. The sources of the rivers flowing through this country in the India or Nepal, there is no such blockade in the south like hill, mountain, hillock. That means the southern part there is the vast Bay of Bengal, and northern part we have the blockade, that is the Himalaya. That is the southern part, it is hill, mountain, hillock. Hillock, that means in Bengali it is known as tila. Height is is 30 to 60 or 90 meter, or any other natural obstacles which can prevent cyclone or tidal bore naturally. How is the soil structure? Most of the land is built during the recent time as floodplain. Besides, geographically Bangladesh is located near the plate on which India and Myanmar are situated, and you know about the plate tectonic theory, and at that time I told you the Bangladesh depends, or Bangladesh take the position in Indo-Myanmar plate. As a result, Bangladesh is very prone to earthquake. Climate, Bangladesh is situated in the tropical monsoon climate region. As a consequence, there is a lot of rain. So, natural disaster like cyclone, flood or tidal waves occur here. And rivers and canals, Bangladesh is crisscrossed by numerous rivers. Hence, flood and river erosion are very frequent here. So, these are the major causes of occurring the natural disaster in Bangladesh. Effects of this disaster. A disaster is an event of sudden calamity using disruption in normal routine or causing a lot of destructions depending upon the intensity of the disaster. So, the destruction occur, it will depend the intensity of the disaster, and generally disaster has the following effects in the concerned area, that is it completely disrupts the normal day-to-day life, it causes a lot of loss in the terms of life and property, leads to a loss of agriculture and animal life as well. Disaster hampers development project in an adverse manner. Disaster causes destruction to the state of art and infrastructure. It negatively influences the emergency systems, and normal needs and processes like flood, shelter, health etc. are affected and deteriorated depending on the intensity and severity of the disaster. So, both natural and man-made disasters are terrible and destructive for any country or society, and they cause serious damage to human life and economy of a country. So, in your book lesson 7, some impacts of natural disasters on life and economy of Bangladesh written, you can read that part. So, we can focus on these 4 phases of our disaster response. That is, 4 phases are very important to control the disaster: preparation, mitigation or prevention, then response and recovery. So, 4 phases, that is preparation, the plan, train and educated for events that cannot be prevented; mitigation, that in Bengali it is the প্রশমিত করা বা কমিয়ে নিয়ে আসা, mitigation the decrease, so reduce the negative consequences of a disaster or decrease the probability of it happening. Response, decrease morbidity, mortality and property damage after a disaster has happened, and how to recover, actions taken to return to normal life after a disaster. So students, today up to this, stay safe and blessed at home. Thank you all.